To the young person who is just beginning to make progress in life, this one is for you. It's the story from the great books of a guy whose father was the prime minister of a certain nation. It happened that his father took him and his elder brother to see their grandfather, who was in another land, to receive his blessings, since he was very old and closer to death than life. On reaching there, their grandfather was overjoyed, saying that he didn't even think he would see his grandsons before dying. So the time came to bless the boys, and their father, knowing that the right hand carried more blessings, positioned the elder son there and the younger one at the left of the grandpa. But their grandpa, who was almost blind, by the way, when he was about to pray, he crossed his hands, placing his right hand on the younger and his left hand on the elder. The boy's father, on seeing that, objected. No, papi. This is the elder one on your right hand side and the younger one on your left hand side. The grandpa in reply said, I know, even though I'm almost blind, but that is how God would have me do it, because he has decided to favor the younger one above the older one. And so that's how it was done. The younger one went on to become 10 times greater than the older one in wealth and other facets of life. But with time, he became weary of serving God. He began to feel self-sufficient at the top. He began to view the things of God as inconveniences and as a poor man's affairs, as he had started chilling with the big boys. There was a time he was even called to come along for a retreat to go worship God, and his reply, to paraphrase him, was, can't you see all these things I have? My cars, my houses, my jewelry, my businesses, my children, etc., etc. Who will look after them when I'm gone? I can't do myself that disservice, please. Meanwhile, this same person could go outing, partying, vacation, even to the club, and of course with time, he meandered into idol worship. By the way, I hope you understand that idol worship isn't necessarily literally bowing down to inanimate objects. God, being who he is, gave different signs and mild warnings, but this guy refused to call off his voyage into the abyss. And so God at last, to paraphrase, says, leave him alone. He will be stung by the evil he's playing with, and its venom will spread and run through his veins like a newly sharpened saw blade, cutting and causing him inexpressible pains. That's a rather vicious paraphrasing, I know. Although it took quite a while, as is the case with God, it eventually came to pass that this greatly blessed man fell into ruin and was made desolate, as God has said. The question now is, are you currently at that phase of life where you have forgotten or forsaken your roots? Have you missed the mark without even knowing it? You remember how you would be very careful in the way you conducted your life because you needed God to lift you, as you understood that God will not lift a person who is outside his will. Did you fail to understand also that God is less likely to maintain what he has given you when you begin to wander out of his will? You remember how you would fast and pray, making promises to him of what he would do if he raised you. But now he has done it over the years and you are feeling like everything just happened coincidentally or by your efforts alone. Have you forgotten that there are greater heights you could still reach with his help unless you are complacent at the level you are already? Above all, have you started playing with dirty things already, forgetting that evil does not sleep nor resign? It waits, and that the same evil that was hypothetically stopping you before God's intervention is still lurking around, waiting for the All-Father to turn his face away from you. Trace your steps back before you get stuck in the quicksand. And to you who is still at the bottom praying for help, when the All-Father raises you, don't forget. Don't forget.